Nevada Secretary of State, Dereliction of Duties. This is Exhibit 2, Claim for Habeas Corpus, a Great Writ. And this will be case number 3:CV-00028-MMD-CLB, Document 1, filed 1/13/2025, page 68 of 162. Okay, so this is Exhibit 2. I want to show this as Notice State Attorney General's Office, case number 46481, Wilcox Ranch, POA. So here's the file stamped by the Secretary of State, Francisco V. Aguilar, business number C5742-1981. Notice filed on 9/28/23. Filing number 2023-3516468. So the Attorney General's office had this. They're non-responsive. So they're co-actors, and now they have a conflict of interest with the Secretary of State. And so this is part of Exhibit 2. This is 7/8/23. This is Notice of State Farm and the title company, T-Kirk Title, which is actually Chicago Title. They've been non-responsive. State Farm, non-responsive. Okay, so there's a state claim here that was noticed to them, a reference number, case numbers, and talking about these complaints. The sheriff here, the initial claim, when I found the issues with the money in Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association after receiving the books and records. So this is a claim on here. Basically, it was for the price of the property purchase because the title was effective from day one. Like I said, here's a ticker line for the federal case if you want to look at it on Pacer. And here's the number right here. This thing is 162 pages long. But what I'm showing here is the conflict of interest with the Attorney General's office, who would be representing the Secretary of State. Let's take a look here. This is a filing by Gail Agnes Kern, policy number 1620 equals bar number. Another document filed on our titles. Letter from State Farm. T-Kirk Title. This is what was represented here on purchase of property October 16, 2017, that there's a homeowners or a property owners association and the dues are $150 a year, which we paid, and late fees we even paid. Secretary Treasurer, that was Natalie Naring. So that's the representations there, and this was provided at Wilcox Ranch Ditch Company, Wilcox Ditch Company, Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association. So the titles are defective, and we have perpetuity votes being filed down there with attorneys, Gail Agnes Kern, number 1620, and the Secretary of State's in dereliction of duty, refusing to investigate it, refusing to call, refusing to answer phone calls, return calls, etc. Here's a bill that we paid, $397.50. Right, here's a check. Okay, there was a late fee, 2020, $22.50. It was all paid. So we didn't get honest services. This is who's got it. Washoe County Sheriff, Nevada Division of Insurance, Washoe County District Attorney, Secretary of State, Nevada, Gail Agnes Kern, attorneys, witnesses, representatives. Here you go. Here's the proof of service right here. They all had it. Everybody's got it. State Farm, T-Kirk Title, Washoe County Sheriff's Nevada Division of Insurance. It's all there. There's a receipt. Here's the perpetual filing. The term for which the association shall exist is perpetual. I had nothing to do with this. Here's the file stamp by the Secretary of State, done on the same day. There was 35 pages that were uploaded. You can go see it for yourself. President Robert Arthur Naring, President. Like I said, here's the case number. This is all in the public record. You can, if you have PACER, you can see this. It's a federal case, writ for habeas corpus. There's the notary. There's the liens by Gail Agnes Kern, number 1620, policy number. Secretary of State, license. It's all there. It's all been kept up. This is a request, FOIA request that was denied by Secretary of State. There's the file stamp right there. You can see that's the postmaster stamp. We were looking for the request, the copies of the complainant, and to identify the complainant as a right to know the nature and cause of any accusers, and to identify the statement of claim for the due process. Well, they're denying us that. So Secretary of State is the lien claimant against my property rights and others' property rights, and refuses to identify while threatening with a Class C felony. Again, file stamp for the court record. Proof of service. There's a second request for disclosure on this FF-24-10 by email to Colleen A. Metzger as the Secretary of State, the one that was sending the documents and the threats. Class C felony. That one was denied also. Proof of services. Nevada Secretary of State. Here's another one. So they've got the criminal claims. This thing's about 1,500 pages long now. There's a file stamp by the Secretary of State. Okay. So we have a serious problem with the Secretary of State. I'm calling them out. Okay. This is perjury of oath. While leaning on my property rights and interests, and then assessing taxes, increasing the taxes, taxing without representation. We have no emergency services up there. And Truckee Meadows Fire Department is rubber stamping after the fact that they know there's a problem with the roads. The fire chief has been provided with this claim and other claims, and there's been communications with them, and then they're coming in there subdividing and rubber stamping for subdivisions and collecting the tax money, the state and Washoe County acting in concert. Okay, the main thing is you have this right here. Here's the stamp, Secretary of State. So they've received these verified claims concerning HOA types of frauds, Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association. Okay, so they're in dereliction of duty. And, you know, every day I'm damaged and others are damaged. So it's all here. Here's the testimony. It's all sworn off. Okay, we won't get into that one right now. Here's a statement of the claims, sworn verification. And you can see it's all on the public record. Claim sets 1 through 7, the elements of stating a claim. Okay, there's the conclusion relating to the United States of America and the United States. Verification by the relator. And then they were provided a exhibits list in support of claims partial USB drive. And they all got it. The federal court got it. They were served. Here it is here, all the exhibits. 1,223 pages, I believe, on this run was provided to them. So here's another one, grand jury. They never responded. It was sent to the marshals. before it went to the grand jury with a return letter, never responded. Why? They know. Here it is right here. I provided them a self-addressed stamp envelope in this return for that they received my criminal claim. Heard nothing from them. Okay, here's a method of process. Everyone that got it: Attorney General, District Court, Secretary of State, Division of Insurance, State Farm, Chicago Title, NRED, First American Title, Joe Lombardo, Washoe County Risk Management, Office of the District Attorney, Washoe County Sheriff, Gail Kern, Esquire, number 1620, policy, Wilcox Ranch, records, fire, memos, title rights, damages, insurance policy. They provided Jonathan Belfort, first-hand witness. Okay, there it all is there. So there's some of the filings: registered mail, Office of the Attorney General, State Farm, U.S. District of Nevada. Here's a bunch of email also service, State Farm service by email confirmation. Okay, so that was Exhibit 2. Stand by.